Hi everyone, welcome to Ride or Die, where we talk about everything travel, theme parks, outdoors, having fun, you name it. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about this backpack that I just used at Walt Disney World. That we went to Walt Disney World last week for a few days. We went to 3 different parks. We went to Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom, and I wore this backpack all 3 days, and it was flawless. It did everything that I needed it to do, and I was really happy with it. I went through a lot of trials and tribulations trying to figure out what would be the right fit for my specific needs. I'm going to take you through some of that, some of the needs that I had, and why I think this was a great solution. So to start off with, this is a Decathlon Quechua. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that. I don't think anybody can readily pronounce that here in YouTube land from the other reviews I've seen for this backpack. But in any case, this backpack is available on the Decathlon website, or it's available on Walmart. I've actually seen available there as well. This is the medium size. There's a smaller size and a larger size. This is the 23-liter size. So 23 liters means how much it would hold if they filled it with these like little balls. You can read about it on the Decathlon website, but they call this a 23-liter pack. It can hold 23 liters worth of items. So let's talk a little bit about my specific needs for the park. First of all, we don't have kids, so we didn't have that stroller. We didn't have that extra kind of carrying capacity. We really just had whatever was on our back or slung over our shoulder or whatever it might be. So I needed a pack that would solve all of our needs and basically serve us through the whole day, because we really didn't want to have to go back to the resort at any point. We wanted to have everything that we had or needed on us, and we wanted to be able to just get to it when we needed to get to it. So with that being said, we're just going to kind of start with the outside of the bag. Starting here at the bottom, there is a rubberized bottom. This actually really saved us during the first day when we were at Epcot, and it started pouring down rain, and it actually poured down rain for the first half of the day. So I was able to safely set my bag down. I didn't have to worry about it getting waterlogged. I didn't have to worry about it, getting really dirty. I was able to just kind of brush it off and keep going. So that in and of itself is an amazing feature. If we move over here to the sides, we've got these kind of water bottle pockets. And you can kind of see these here. They fit in kind of like that. And you can fit a smart water bottle is about the biggest that it will hold. So if I take this kind of rather large smart water bottle and I shove that down in there, we should see that it fits. And maybe only just barely. And there we go. So it's a relatively large, kind of expansive pocket. And the reason that we liked this so much was that it covers the whole thing. A lot of other backpacks with a water bottle pocket, they tend to just cover up to here or a few inches. And so if you lean over or you have to pick something up, tie your shoe, whatever it is, your water bottle falls out. So this was a huge factor in this backpack for us, because you're able to just put in whatever your water bottle it is. Now, one thing I do want to say is that water bottle does have to be relatively slim to fit inside this profile. Do keep that in mind. If you're planning on buying like a recyclable water bottle, just make sure that it fits into this pouch. Most water bottles that you have that Dasani, whatever it might be, will probably fit in here with no problems. We were able to put like a little Coke bottle, that kind of thing in here, and we didn't have any issues. All right, so moving forward, we also have another water bottle pocket on the other side. So we were able to get that water bottle pocket going. And this water bottle pocket has an extra kind of hidden feature, which is this zip pocket. And the zip pocket actually hides away kind of a storage compartment. And we were able to keep our keys, our wallet, extra money, all that kind of thing right in there. And this was a great way to kind of hide those items away and not have to worry about them throughout the trip. And I could just kind of reach back and get to them whenever I needed to. And then coming back here to the back, we have what I think is maybe one of the most useful features of this bag, which is the padded, kind of ruggedized structure of the bag itself. So you can see here, we've got this thick padding that is fantastic on your back. One thing that was a major concern for me throughout the trip was that I wasn't going to have back pain. I have a history of getting back pain from these different types of backpacks. Particularly the ones that don't have any sort of structure. They tend to kind of slouch against your back, and they end up giving you back pain over time. So it was really important for me that I have something that I could tighten up, and something that also had a chest strap. So this also had a chest strap. And if you haven't had one of these on a backpack before, basically what it does is it takes the strain off your shoulders by basically putting a lot of it into this kind of buckle here, which you can tighten up. And instead of having these pads kind of digging into your, your flesh the whole day, you can just kind of tighten it up, and it pulls a lot of that tension away. There is also a cell phone pocket here. Unfortunately, my phone is way too large to fit into this pocket. If you have a smaller phone, it should fit in there just fine. And then if we move down a little bit here, we also have this luggage strap, which was actually very handy in the airport. I was able to take this and just kind of set it down and go from there. So that brings us to the front and all of the pockets and all of the great features that this pack offers. So to start off with, we've got one of these guys. I'm sorry I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but basically this is a pretty standard feature on a lot of backpacks that you can clip things onto, clip a bike light, that sort of thing. That's on the larger outer pocket. So if I take this outer pocket and I open it up, I can do that. And you can see we've got plenty of space for, things like moleskin, which I've still got in here. Little kind of tubes, containers, and stuff like that. This is actually where we kept our ponchos, which we did actually end up needing for the trip. Funny enough, we brought them, didn't really expect to have to use them, and we ended up using them the very first day, but that's where this sat, right in this pocket. Down in here, you've got a little key pocket with a kind of little carabiner clip that I was able to clip my keys into, put AirPods and things like that here to keep them nice and dry as well. And then outside of this, and I'm going to go ahead and zip this back up, we also have this kind of hideaway pocket. And then you can see there's plenty of stuff in here already. There's some dehydratable or rehydratable towelettes, lens cleaning cloths, etc. So this is great as like a quick pocket, a quick and easy way for you to get access to something. If I move to the main compartment is relatively structured. So it's got like a rectangular shape, a really kind of a boxy shape. Here on the inside, you have this kind of cool pocket for your battery charger. So if you want to put your cell phone charger in here, you can actually run the cord up and then out through this tiny little hole here. So you could run it down your sleeve or whatever it is that you need to do. I didn't really run into that issue. I didn't end up needing that feature during the trip, but it was great to nevertheless have my charging pack in there at all times and be able to get to it when I needed to. You have a relatively large kind of inner pocket here that you might be able to see, and then we have this zip pack. And so we put stuff in here that, maybe we didn't need all the time, but that we were going to need some of the time. So this was a great way to get access to that stuff. And then up here, you might barely be able to see this, but this is a sewn-in glasses case. And this was really the thing that made me want to get this backpack. This backpack has a lot of versatility. It's ostensibly for hiking. And in my mind, we covered 35 miles during our time at Disney. That's pretty much a hike. So one of the things that this backpack offers is this zippered sunglasses case, or just glasses case. So I was able to slip my glasses in here at any point, get access to them, pull them out whenever I needed to. It was quick and easy, and I ended up absolutely loving this feature. I probably will not buy another backpack that doesn't have a feature like this because it was so handy. It was so nice to not have to root around in my bag to get access to my sunglasses when I needed them. That's particularly helpful at Disney. Of course, it's nice and bright, very sunny, and you're constantly, if you have prescription sunglasses, you're grabbing those or switching to your regular glasses, and this was a great way to kind of switch back and forth as I needed to. And then the final thing we've got here is this kind of back panel. Now I want to point out that there is a kind of rubber grommet, I guess I would say, that kind of keeps this zipper in place. It keeps it from riding up. It can't come unzipped unless it comes up past this point. So this is kind of an anti-theft measure, but it also just keeps the pack from coming undone unless you really want it to. So that's a problem with a lot of backpacks. They get loaded up, and then this back zipper starts to fail, and the whole thing kind of starts to come open. And before you know it, you have stuff just strewn out of your bag all across the park, and you've lost things that you didn't want to lose. So if we take this and we kind of push up through these rubber grommets, we've got our kind of final area. And the final area here has this large 15-inch laptop pocket, a smaller 13-inch pocket, which is where I ended up putting my iPad for most of the trip, and then this other zip pack. And I ended up using this for like Gatorade Zero packs that I ended up putting in my bottles to kind of stay hydrated throughout the trip. Anytime I needed one, I could just open this pack, pull it out, and get to it just like that. One thing to note is this back panel is actually kind of reinforced. There's like a plastic in here, like a rigid plastic that helps this thing keep its shape. So you notice that it kind of folds a little bit, but it doesn't kind of bend, so to speak. It doesn't slouch the way that a lot of backpacks do. And because it has this capability, I was able to put our important documents, reservations, and things like that in this final backpack. Things that I didn't want to get bent on the trip, they all went in there. And this was a great way to keep track of those things, have them not get ruined. And then also this shape, of course, just helps keep things more comfortable on your back throughout the trip. So, yeah, I think that's everything I have to say about this backpack. It's really been phenomenal. It really solved, I think, all the problems that I had or all the concerns that I had going to the park. There was plenty of storage. There were plenty of individually unique kind of pockets for me to put different things. This kind of main compartment ended up being the compartment that we put a lot of our souvenirs in, for instance. I was able, of course, to carry 2 different drinks at different times if I needed to. I put, my souvenir cup, my refillable resorts souvenir cup from Disney in this side pocket as well. And yeah, it just kept me going all through the day. Now let me hit you with what I think is the best feature of this bag, which is the price. This bag only came in at $50. So there is the slightly smaller version for about $10 less. It's about $40. I think that's like a 16 liter or something like that. If you like a smaller bag, you're a smaller person, you might prefer that, but just be aware that it's going to hold significantly less than this one. I started out with that one, and I just knew it wasn't going to be enough storage. So this is kind of the happy medium. I've been very happy with it so far. I'm going to use this on a lot more trips. I'm going to use this on trips to other theme parks, trips to other states, and things like that. So I'll maybe update along the way as I get more time and kind of mileage on this bag. But for its initial trip, it did great. We only have a little bit of cosmetic damage here. You can see some kind of like dirt there at the bottom, and then here on the back there's a little bit of rubbing where it rubbed against my back, but that's all to be expected, particularly when we put kind of 5 days on this thing, and again about 35 miles. So that's been our review, the ride or die review of the Decathlon Quechua, however you want to pronounce it. Great bag. We highly recommend it. So that's going to do it for our review of the Decathlon Quechua, however you want to pronounce it. Thank you for watching here to the end. We promise to follow up with some more interesting reviews. Stay tuned to the channel. Please subscribe and like, and we'll talk a little bit more about some cool gear like this. Hope you have a great day. Bye.